Ad Astra, my fellow space exploration and human space flight enthusiasts. Welcome to another episode of Space News Update. I'm Akshat, as you can see here, and let's get on with it without any further ado. So, SpaceX has been challenged by rivals for launching the Starship because of environmental concerns and safety issues. Now, of course, that is just a case of the pot calling the kettle black, because these companies themselves are not very environmentally conscious or eco conscious, as we put it, and they are just trying to derail the plans of fast flying and heavily boosted Starship flying tests, because the Starship is going to be a path breaker in not just getting us to the moon or Mars, but beyond the asteroid belt as well. Okay, now let's leave that aside for the moment and talk about India's very fine and upcoming private space enterprise called Agnikul Cosmos. Now, Agnikul Cosmos has done a very nice job of doing the first flight test of their sorted Agni-Ban vehicle, and I think that it is going to be a very good precursor for the things to come in the Indian space economy. And I think one of the best things about it is that the spotlight, according to Inc. 42, the Your Story Buzz. Okay, the spotlight is on India's affordable space launches, and Agnikul is building on this by demonstrating cost-effective launches using 3D printed rocket engines. So that was the main thing about the Agni-Ban, in that it is a 3D printed engine, and that drives down costs very significantly. And in the end, it's about reusability, like Falcon boosters that come back and land, and then they are refueled and refurbished, and then they take things to space again, including humans and crews, to the International Space Station. And I think, according to the Your Story Buzz email that I received, so thank you, Your Story, and it's just a nice spiral that the founder of Your Story, Miss Shraddha Sharma, was a family friend of ours way back in Patna when I was a child. Harken back to Pink Floyd. I used to call her Choti Di, I think. Anyway, so the next frontier for Agnikul Cosmos is that Agnikul plans to achieve orbital launch within the next 9 to 12 months, aiming to deploy multiple payloads into space. Co-founder and COO Moin SPM says, and I'm quoting the YS Buzz email here. The startup is targeting a launch altitude of 300 to 700 kilometers above the Earth's surface. These launches will be into low Earth orbit, the region closest to Earth where most satellites and the International Space Station operate. Agnikul has received inbound interest from geographies like Europe, Australia, and Japan. It is also planning to get a foothold in the US market, so it might turn out to be, which is why I digressed into this, or rather led into this from SpaceX Starship, that SpaceX might be facing competition from an Indian launch provider soon. I'm just hoping that it happens as fast as possible, because I would love to see India continuing to lead in space exploration. And that brings me to the next part, Gaganyaan. The Gaganyaan astronaut program is progressing very well, and I think it's going to be a success. And once again, I wish ISRO all the best. So I'm just very satisfied with the way ISRO plans out their things, and despite the pandemic's break in their scheduling, it had to be a very resilient team at ISRO who managed to get their programs, keep their programs on track, and managed to get results from Chandrayaan 3 as well. And the Europe Space Agency launched the new Ariane 6 rocket successfully, and they are continuing to test the data, and I think that it's very beneficial for the human species in general to become interplanetary, at least inter heaven bodily, by getting to the moon and establishing bases there, because we need to take the strain of our burgeoning population off from Earth, and nature's fury hell hath no fury like nature scorned. So let's see what happens. And solar storms, we can actually uh, be more aware of what is going on, not just on Earth, but in our solar system, especially with the sun, because of better technology that we have developed over the past few decades. And there was a polar rain aurora that was seen from Earth for the first time. And all these things are just, good ways to get kids interested in space science, astronomy, natural sciences, and hardcore science, tech, engineering, and maths, which will lead into a better future for humanity, which is what we all hope for, don't we? So, at least I do, and that is why I say Ad Astra, like I said in the beginning. Also, at the same time, I would like to say that instruments like the James Webb Space Telescope peer deep into the universe and give us glimpses of what, millions of years into the future, maybe when we start to when we have already sort of colonized the solar system, then maybe humans will manage to bridge the vast interstellar gap between our solar system and other star systems and traverse light years distances. But those are still in the realm of science fiction, which is very important as well, because that is what triggers imagination and encourages the younger generation to think of things that haven't been thought of before and to make their dreams a reality. And it reminds me of a quote by Arthur C. Clarke, who said that any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. And that is why I hope that future generations will just pull off magical rabbits out of spacefaring helmets, not hats. And I think that is all I want to share in this vlog. Do check out my other videos about space exploration, about what all NASA, SpaceX, ISRO, Agnikul, Rocket Lab, huge shout out to them for doing lots of very fast iterations with their Electron launches, and their Archimedes engine as well, I think is ready to go. So a huge appreciative shout out to all the space companies in the world, and especially in India. If you are trying to be a part of the space economy, there is a second annual Space Economy Summit in Lisbon, which will be on December 4th and 5th. So I think it's going to be a great aggregation of future ready scientists and those people who are ready to take human species into space. As I can see from the speakers list, there are going to be speakers from Voyager Space, Space Fund and Earthlight Foundation, Takeda, Syngenta, Aramid, Black Sky, Seraphim Space, Deep Space Biology, and OCP Group. Okay, so on that note, December is quite a few months away. 8, 9, 10, 11, 5 months away, and that's a long time in my personal philosophy of 6Rsm. And this has also become a long video. But then again, I will say that if I don't record what I want to share with you and what I want to inspire the younger generation, especially in India, to achieve, then what is life for? Because life is unpredictable, and the past is history, the future is a mystery. You never know what's coming up in the next minutes, let alone hours. There might be a natural disaster and we might all perish. It's as simple as that. We stand as small insignificant specks in the grand scheme of nature, but that is the challenge, to make our speck, to make our little slice of life count for as much as it can. And that is why not only do I encourage space exploration, but scientific advancements as well. And I just hope that Advitya, my little dear daughter, will watch these even when I'm gone, to quote Eminem, and be inspired to bring humanity to an elevated level of existence. Thank you so much for watching. As I approach the 10-minute mark, check out my other videos and smash that sub button for awesome max fun. Goodbye, take care, and stay safe.